Welcome to the Nittany Valley, State College, Pennsylvania, the home of Penn State, the 8th-ranked team in the country, playing host to Nebraska. A record crowd expected today at Beaver Stadium as these two clubs continue their success, they hope. Nebraska's won their first two, Penn State unbeaten, a 5-0 combined record, and last week Nebraska was just simply awesome. Look at the figures. They are averaging 510 yards rushing a game, 55 points a game, and here come the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Nebraska losing last year 30-24 in Lincoln to Penn State. And here come now the Penn State Nittany Lions. Well, I'm Gary Bender, and we're just glad you can be with us. This is going to be some football game here on CBS. Nebraska, as I mentioned, they lost last year in Lincoln 30-24, and they've circled this date. They've been waiting for this rematch for a long time. They feel that this is the best team that Tom Osborne has had in 10 years. The last time they won a national championship was 1971, and that was under Bob Devaney. This really, in all intents and purposes, is the first chance for these two clubs to establish they are legitimate contenders for the national championship. The series record thus far, Penn State 5-4. And of course, last week it was Penn State leading in that ball game and winning it 30-24. Alongside me, our expert analyst is Pat Hayden. And Pat, we talked about Todd Blackledge at the top of the show, but Nebraska remembers what Curt Warner did last year.
Well, he's had a frustrating start this year, Gary. And if Penn State can't run that power football that we're so used to seeing, expect to see Curt Warner in some different positions, in different formations, in motion, catching screen passes. Any attempt to get him out there in that open field would get one-on-one on a defender.
You said power football. Nebraska can do that because of that offensive line.
Well, great offensive football teams control the line of scrimmage. Nebraska has done that in its first two games. And that offensive line charge is led by center Dave Remington, an All-American last year, who some people suggest might be the most dominating offensive lineman since John Hanna.
Nebraska has said that Turner Gill may be the best quarterback that they have had in the history of their school.
Well, Nebraska has never had a quarterback with as much athletic ability. Some have passed the ball better, some have run the ball better, but Turner Gill can do both with consistency and grace.
Turner Gill did not play in this game last year as he was out with an injury. We'll be back to have the kickoff in just a moment. The 10th meeting between these two clubs. It's a very, very short kick. And Bell lets it go by him. Back is Tony Mumford, and he's going to be dropped at the 7-yard line. That was not an artistic success, but a very, very effective kick that time by Nebraska. And so Penn State will not get the field position they would like to have on their first series. They'll be marking the ball at the 7, and here is that backfield. Blackledge and Warner, their roommates, very good friends. John Williams has been moved to fullback this year from the running back spot. Garrity, an excellent wide receiver. Up front, Spiros was a starter at tackle a year ago. And Kahns started at left tackle all last season. From the 7-yard line, the Nittany Lions. Todd Blackledge, he's just been superb in the early going. Kenny Jackson goes in motion. Blackledge off to Curt Warner, and Warner will advance the ball for a pair of yards to the 9-yard line. Defensively, Nebraska's not sure what they have. They haven't been tested thus far, and one thing that concerns them, Doug Herman is out of there. He hurt a knee this week. As an end result, Rob Stuckey will replace him at the right tackle spot. All Big 8 Tony Felici at the right end. Dan Kroger along with McWhirter. They have depth as well as ability there, and there's a new secondary. 4 regulars graduated from last season. 2nd down and 8 from the 9. Williams, you can see, now going in motion, number 44. This is Curt Warner. He's hemmed in, and he's got to get a yard, and that's all to the 10-yard line. And Pat Hayden, you suspected they might come out and go to Curt Warner early.
Well, they had to strike for some better balance, Gary. They've relied too much on Todd Blackledge early in the year. He has had a superb first 3 games, but they have to get some more production out of Curt Warner this afternoon.
Todd Blackledge is a better quarterback, and Pat and I were so impressed in visiting with him. He really has poise, confidence.
Well, you hit the nail on the head when you say confidence. So much of playing quarterback is confidence, and he's a confident young man right now.
3rd and 5, there he is. Young man out of North Canton, Ohio.
Nebraska jumping around on this 3rd and 5. In motion goes Curt Warner. Blackledge protection, breaking down. He's hit as he delivers. Garrity's got it. What a catch. Greg Garrity at the 35-yard line. Neil Harris was on him tight, but he still made the grab. A 13-yard pickup. These receivers, he really picks them out and moves the ball around. He doesn't favor any one guy, and there is Garrity this time with the catch.
You know, he's caught 34 balls over the last 2 years, actually 36 now. 34 of those have been for first downs, Gary. It's a remarkable record. He must know his yard markers.
He must be a clutch performer. That's what I would say. From the 35, first down. Garrity has 2 for 26. And this time, split to the bottom of the screen. And comes Garrity. Jackson to the dot. John Williams is checked back in. This is Williams with the football. Williams to the 40. He'll take it to the 47-yard line. Good second effort on his part. Steve Damkroger making the stop for the Huskers. Damkroger, an all-Big 8 second-team selection last year. I was talking to Coach Chuck McBride, the defensive coordinator. He said that Damkroger has never been in the training room. He sees a throwback to the old days of football. He doesn't know what it's like to go in and be administered to. He's out there playing every down. He is number 35 out of Lincoln. Joel Coles now comes back in at fullback. Jackson split out. Garrity split out. Blackledge, second down, 2. He eludes. Ritter deep to Warner. Warner's got it. 14-yard line. Chris Van Norman back, but that's a 43-yard completion. That's what Warner can do. He can catch the ball as well as run with it.
Look at the speed here. Now, this is an offensive back down against a defensive back. And watch him adjust on this ball. The ball is a little bit underthrown. He jumps up, squares his shoulders to catch the ball, makes a great catch over Van Norman, a very versatile athlete. If he's not hurting you with the run, he's going to catch a big pass for you, Gary.
He is an excellent receiver. He stayed here all summer long. He and Blackledge worked out together. He's gained about 13 pounds. Blackledge shed 10.
And they're both delightful young men.
They are, and roommates, as we mentioned earlier. Now we're going to have a timeout called by Penn State. The Nittany Lions at the 1:48 mark after that 43-yard completion. They want to take a break. Blackledge now 5 of 8 for 85 yards. They are moving. Nebraska backed up now at the 14. There's the time remaining. Earlier, Penn State moved the football, but they came away without any points. A 43-yard completion. Blackledge to Warner. Williams, Coles, and Warner as they have a power backfield in there now. Williams jumping into the wing spot. No score from Beaver Stadium. Blackledge play action, setting it up nicely. Over the middle, McCluskey, check that, Curt Coleman. You know what's amazing about that? Curt Coleman was an offensive guard in the spring. Can you believe that? And he caught a touchdown pass.
Joe Paterno moves his men around, knows how to take advantage of personnel about as well as anybody I've seen.
Manka on the point after. It's 7-0. Curt Coleman from the Pennsylvania area coming up with the catch, his first of the year, going for a touchdown from 14 yards out.
This is a terrific call. It looks like power football. They've got 3 backs in. They go in motion. They fake to Curt Warner. Everything looks like run. Curt Bowman just slips behind the defensive backs. He's wide open for the touchdown. Pretty good hands for an offensive tackle.
Well, that was an 83-yard drive and 6 plays. Blackledge on that drive was 3 of 3 for 70 yards. And Blackledge is having a kind of day he's had the 3 previous times out.
And the amazing thing is Penn State's offensive line has taken so much criticism over the last 3 weeks because Curt Warner has not rushed the ball very well, but they're giving him all day long to throw the ball. Nebraska's going to have to change his defensive scheme a little bit, Gary, and put some more pressure on Blackledge.
That was the 13th touchdown pass of the year for Blackledge. He's been averaging a 4 a game.
He's had 2 called back today.
That's right. There's the statistics. Fryar, Rozier back deep for Nebraska. Thus far, it's been all Penn State in this first quarter. 1:43 to go in it. Booming kick that time by Manka. They're not going to bring that one out. Fryar will go to one knee and out to the 20 on the touchback. And Nebraska, in this record crowd, they have their work cut out. from the 20-yard line. First down for the Cornhuskers. Two tight ends, Crink and Williams in. Gill pitches to Rozier, and Rozier goes for 5. Now, Nebraska may have to make adjustments also offensively.
Well, number one, they've never been behind before, so psychologically they're in a different position than they have been this year. So they have to respond to a totally new situation. They brought in two tight ends here to try to get some more blocking power and some support for the run.
Nebraska has yet to throw the football from the 25-yard line. Second down 5. Checking in is Ricky Simmons, number 7, the wide receiver spot. Gill to Rozier. Look at the strength of this guy. Rozier from Camden, New Jersey, was hit, but he wouldn't go down initially. Greg Gattuso had a ride with him, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 2. And Turner Gill may have to throw now. There's the man that scored the touchdown, Kirk Bowman. It's a long ways, folks, from offensive guard to tight end. Now, this guy made that transition. Okay. From the 28, 3rd and 2. Wilkening now is coming at fullback. Let's see if they'll throw. Turner Gill wants to throw. Man wide open. First down, Fryar. And Fryar across the 45. He fumbled the ball. He fumbled the ball. And I believe Penn State has it. They do. Fryar trying to get additional yardage. Had it stripped. Mark Robinson, the excellent safety for Penn State, has it.
Well, Fryar is the receiver here. He's got great athletic skills, and what he's trying to do is catch the ball and then get back inside to make a big play. But it's a cardinal sin. When you're getting tackled and there's people around, you have to tuck the ball away. You see Biondi come up, put a stick on him. Hamilton, number 17, is coming in, try to lend a hand. You see him struggling. Now the ball pops loose.
That was Biondi, though. It was the guy that got the ball loose. Penn State, after 15 minutes, has the advantage, 7-0. Blackledge, time to throw. Open, Garrity. Garrity struggles to the midfield stripe. Greg Garrity's not very big. He's 5'10 and a half, 170. But boy, he plays like a huge man.
Todd Blackledge has been throwing the ball around the different receivers all day long. And here we're going to see Greg Garrity, another one of their great outside receivers, just beat his zone and spin and almost break a tackle there.
That's a 20-yard pickup.
Again, you're seeing Blackledge in the pocket with plenty of time to throw. Nebraska is going to have to put more pressure on Blackledge.
Blackledge is on target, and he is spreading the ball around. He's throwing to all of his receivers. First down at the 49, Curt Warner. Warner cuts it to the 45. He's to the 40. Warner to the 35-yard line. 15-yard pickup. Chris Van Norman on the stop. That's the kind of running you expect to see of this Heisman Trophy candidate.
Well, here's the Curt Warner we were so familiar with last year. You see a little pitch. He just lets the traffic go by. Little jitterbug there. He's down into the secondary. This has got to be a big lift for Curt Warner. Has not had big rushing games the first 3 games for Penn State.
He has 28 carries on 28 yards, I should say, on 7 carries from the 35-yard line. First down for the Nittany Lions. Blackledge back. Kenny Jackson broken up. Fine coverage at time by Alan Lyday. Lyday from Wichita over batted that one down, and that's one that they've had covered. They haven't had that many covered. Remember now, in all fairness to Nebraska, they lost all 4 of their starters from the secondary. Lyday did start 6 games last year, but they have a sophomore in Clark, a sophomore Neil Harris playing back there, and they're running up against one of the nation's best, Todd Blackledge. Mike Knox now has come in at linebacker. Steve McWhirter checks out. Knox, the sophomore from Castle Rock, Colorado. Short of the 35, 2nd and 10. Little handoff to Warner. There he goes. He gave him a leg. He took it away. 25, 20, 15, to the 10, 5. He's out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Chris Van Norman, touchdown saving tackle. Curt Warner, did he give a leg to him and take it away on this run?
Curt Warner can hurt you catching the ball, and he can hurt you running the ball. A simple little draw. He dances around, breaks the tackle. You can't see the block by John Williams. There you see John Williams make a block, clearing the way for Curt Warner to get down the sideline and a big gain.
Williams, unselfish football player, moving to fullback. That's one of the reasons he did, to block like that. The last 2 carries now, 46 yards for Curt Warner. First and goal at the 4-yard line. 3 backs in, Coles, Williams, and Warner. This is Williams in motion. Blackledge gives to Warner. Warner is going to make it to the 2. It'll be 2nd and goal there. So Blackledge looks to the sideline. He'll have another play call. Nebraska playing tough on that play. Curt Warner, I think, is having a lot of frustrations this afternoon. You probably know the story. He was so upset he did not carry the ball the first 2 games the way he wanted to, but he's resolved that in his mind. He has really worked it out. He's a team player, and he's getting his day in the sun right now. This is the 6th play of the drive, starting from the 29-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 2. In motion goes Williams. Curt Warner again. Warner's got the corner. Touchdown. Warner, his first touchdown rushing to the air. Manka to attempt the point after at the 8:51 mark. Manka's kick right up the middle. It's 14-0. Penn State leading Nebraska. And the Cornhuskers are going to have to regroup. Todd Blackledge, Curt Warner, what a 1-2 effective punch they have been.
This is a great call on the touchdown here by Penn State. It's the same formation that they threw of down by the goal line earlier in the first quarter. This time they give it to Curt Warner. John Williams makes a great block for him, but Warner turns the corner into the end zone.
On that drive, Warner carried the ball 4 times for 50 yards. 71-yard drive, Penn State by 14.
Outstanding teamwork by the offensive backs of Penn State. You're going to see blocks by Coles, number 20, and Williams, number 44, clearing the way for Curt Warner. These guys can share it with one another. It's very impressive. Great team concept here by the Penn State team.
Well, Coles, you know, broke his leg last year. He's battled back. There's Curt Warner. Oh, he's got to be excited. He has come back to what he's been doing in previous years. 14-0. Manka kicking off, line drive. Rozier. Hey, they're going to throw the ball to Fryar. Fryar has an alley, and he brings it out across the 20 to the 24. A little wrinkle. A new wrinkle that time by Nebraska. Didn't get all that much yardage, but they're trying to make something happen.
There was a saving tackle. Nebraska always has something like this in their game plan. You see Rozier throw the ball back. Here's Irving. He's got a wall set up in front of him. You can't see a saving tackle here. It knocks him out of bounds. Otherwise, he might have scored.
So Nebraska still very much in this ball game. Rozier, Wokening in the backfield. 1:45 to go until halftime. Turner Gill back. Todd Brown, and Brown has a first down catch out to the 40. Gill that time with a 20-yard completion. Biondi over to make the tackle. 5 of 10 for Turner Gill. This gives you an idea how they've been backed up. The longest drive, 9 plays. And that was that fumble. What a big turnover that was in this game at this stage. JoePa talking a little defense now. First down from the 40. Gill to Ricky Simmons. First down catch. He took a pretty good shot, but he held on. Simmons, who was a high school teammate of the backup quarterback at Nebraska, Nate Mason. There's the time as they stop the clock on the first down, moving the ball to the 49.
First down, Nebraska.
Browns put to the bottom. Nebraska moving the ball effectively now. Remington back in its center. Turner Gill throws to Brown. Did he juggle it? He did. He did not have possession before he went out of bounds. But Gill is throwing some arrows. He's really throwing the ball effectively.
He really is impressing me. He's putting a lot of steam in that ball. That's probably why Brown had a little trouble catching that ball.
You don't expect Nebraska to throw like they're having to throw, but they've been forced into that. This time, look at this.
You know, he's got some juice on that ball. Now, Todd Brown's either concerned about keeping his feet in bounds or that ball just got a little too much steam on it. Either or, it's an incomplete pass.
Well, that was close, though. You see that? He got that foot down, but evidently did not have control. Gill back. That ball is a little wide of the mark. He had to throw it before he wanted to. Simmons made his cut. The ball was just a little bit wide of the mark. But pressure put on that time by Penn State. That'll come to a 3rd down, 10.
1 minute and 11 seconds left in this first half, Gary, and Nebraska's got good field position in 3 timeouts. It's important for them on a 3rd and 10 to get a first down here, keep something going and alive.
At least get a crack at a field goal, maybe. From the 48.5 of Penn State, 3rd down, 10. Gill over the middle. Fryar's got it inside the 30 to the 29, and that now gives him at least a shot at a field goal. Mark Robinson line over, a 19-yard pickup on the play. Remember now, Nebraska hasn't tried a field goal this year. They haven't had to.
Unlike Todd Blackledge, Turner Gill has been under duress all afternoon. You can see people and bodies all around him. He delivers the ball on a shot again to Irving Fryar, who steps in front of Mark Robinson to make the catch.
They have all 3 timeouts left, less than a minute to go. Turner Gill going to the airways again, and effectively, Jamie Williams can't hang on. Williams out of Central High School in Davenport, Iowa. Last year, all Big 8 with 22 catches. They go back to the drawing board now. Tom Osborne wants a timeout. So with 46 seconds left in the first half, Nebraska expends its first timeout of this game. Turner Gill will come to the sideline. Turner Gill, heavily recruited out of Fort Worth, Texas, all Big 8. He led them to 6 straight wins last year, then went out with injury, and they did not have him in the Orange Bowl. Turner Gill with 2 timeouts left, 2nd down, 10 from the 30-yard line. Crowd now having a shouting contest from one side of this magnificent stadium to the other. 117 yards for Gill. Rozier, Wilkening, now in the backfield. Todd Brown's put to the bottom. 46 seconds left in this first half. Turner Gill back, look out. He's under pressure, got it off to Fryar. Fryar breaks it, he's going to take it in, touchdown. What a courageous throw by Turner Gill. He was plastered. He never saw who hit him. He's getting up, he has his helmet off, and he's checking to see if all of his parts are still with him. As Fryar just made a fine move to get in for that touchdown. He broke the tackles of Robinson and Jackson. That's something that Joe Paterno was concerned about earlier. They had a lot of open field tackling not getting done. There was an example of it.
Well, that was good offense by Irving Fryar. He did break those tackles. Mark Robinson didn't really miss him. Irving Fryar was just a little bit better that time.
And that puts Nebraska right back in the picture. Kevin Seibel, point after attempt on the way. 14-7. That drive, 80 yards in 7 plays. And Pat, it was done the way you wouldn't expect a Nebraska team to do it.
Finesse and throwing the ball. Watch the courage of Turner Gill. He knows he's going to get hit. He unloads the ball. He really gets kissed there. Finds a way to get the ball to Irving Fryar. Now watch Fryar give us a little effort. Runs over 2 Penn State defenders into the end zone. 2 outstanding individual efforts by the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
I think you're right. Fryar just wasn't going to give up. I think he still remembers that fumble early in the game, which hurt him. There's Gill. He may have taken a shot to the chin. Boy, he got plastered.
They hurt a lot more when you don't throw touchdowns now.
Let's look at it again. Now, watch the crossing pattern this time of the tight end.
Number 80 is Jamie Williams. So he's the guy who's going to clear it out. You see him go up the sideline, and then Irving Fryar slips right underneath him.
He tripped over Fryar, didn't he?
But see, there's some shoddy tackling there. Perhaps they should have tackled him there on the 15-yard line.
Let's give credit to Fryar. Let's be positive. I think it was a great effort.
That's true. This is college football. At its best.
14-7, 38 seconds. Nebraska, all 80 yards on that drive through the airways. And if you wondered whether Turner Gill can throw the football, I think you know he can. Boy, what a change this is as we come to the last seconds of this half. Seibel kicking off. Bow and Mumford back deep for Penn State. This is going to be Bow. Bow from the 5. 15. Bow at the 17-yard line. Well, this crowd all of a sudden, Pat, has gotten very quiet.
And those 3 missed field goals really going to loom importantly, I think, in the second half. Penn State has really driven the ball every time they've had the ball. And they've scored 2 touchdowns, the opportunity, and 3 other field goal attempts. But those things may hurt them later on in the ballgame.
Joe Paterno had him where he wanted him, but all of a sudden, they may have escaped.
Nebraska's right back in the ballgame.
Those 3 missed field goals loom very large. And now from the 17-yard line, let's see if Blackledge just grinds out the remaining seconds. That's what he's going to do. So, this struggle between 2 teams with unbelievable traditions. You talk about football traditions. You have the USCs, the Notre Dames, but these 2 teams do not take a backseat to anyone. Penn State, Nebraska, 7 points separating them as we wind down to halftime. It's been a remarkable day in football. We'll be updating some of the scores and highlights at halftime. We gave you some of the upsets. What a year this is, as we have a lot of those 5th-year seniors that are having some big years. And so the first half has come to a close. So our score at halftime, 14-7. Penn State, who led 14-0 at one stage, letting Nebraska off the hook. And Nebraska moving 80 yards in the air to score. Second half ready to go. You can see it's 4 degrees cooler than we started this game. Relative humidity the same. It's a little darker, however. Clouds starting to form as we should have quite a second half. Penn State with a 14-7 lead as we start the third quarter. Manka will be kicking off. Back deep, Fryar along with Rozier. The crowd on its feet. Manka, and we're underway. Second half, he powers one. Fryar back deep, and he won't bring that one out. The touchback to the 20-yard line. Looking at this first half, Pat, I'm surprised how even the statistics are. Early, it was Penn State, but you see total yardage, not that much difference.
Well, the statistics don't reflect, Gary, as the times that Penn State has missed the 3 field goals. They had a touchdown pass called back. Penn State really could have put this game away in the first half. They did not do so.
Penn State, you can see time and possession led there. The 2 turnovers very costly to Nebraska. Rozier, Wilkening, the 2 running backs from the 20-yard line. Turner Gill gives off to Wilkening, the fullback. No gain on that play. Well, we've been told that Nebraska's offense hinges on Turner Gill. I don't think a lot of people realize how well he throws the ball, but now he's moving them. Rushing plays, passing plays, and then look how it changed in the second quarter. Isn't that something? Gill, an end around reverse. Fryar to the 45, 50, open field 40. He may go. 20. He's dropped at the 19-yard line. Biondi was the man that stopped him. He came from the far side of the field. Robinson also there, a 45-yard gain on the play. It's a first down at the 18.
We've got a new game here. Let's give Tom Osborne some credit. The ability to adjust, like we said. He went into halftime. The power of football was going nowhere, so now they're going to finesse him. Here's Irving Fryar on a reverse. He finds his wall, gets a nice downfield block there by Todd Brown, cuts in, and makes a big play, a saving tackle by Dan Biondi, number 39.
Boy, Fryar's made 2 big plays in this game. First down, Turner Gill back. Time, lots of time. Going to the corner, Todd Brown overthrown. Biondi there. Biondi has figured on every play thus far defensively for Penn State. He can play all the positions. Remarkable athlete. Not big, but a great heart. That's what the coaches have said about him. Second down, 10. Turner Gill, the whole bad snap. He's in trouble. Gill. He's not going to get the first down. Boy, the field goal kicking teams have really had a difficult time. Penn State missed 3. Nebraska didn't even get a crack at it. They gained a yard on that play, and the ball turns over at the 17.
This is what happens when you don't get much practice. They won 58-0 last week, and they hadn't had much practice kicking field goals. A poor snap. Turner Gill tries to make the best of it by getting to the outside, but the Penn State defense responds.
Did they? They had a wave of tacklers at the 17. I would imagine this week both teams might work on their field goal kicking. Think that might be on order of the day? 12:30 to go now. Third quarter. From the 17, Coles, Warner in the backfield. This is Warner out to the 25. Oh, what a run. He just glides. And to the 25, he's 2 yards short of the first down. He has 78 yards on the day. There is Warner and his company in that backfield. Blackledge, Williams, Garrity, Jackson. Jackson hasn't really been on the receiving end that much. McCluskey made a big catch earlier. And up front, they are protecting Blackledge so very effectively, and Warner has been shaken up on the play. Warner's had a lot of problems with his legs, hamstrings. He went out for the track team this year, trying to develop those legs and run and learn the science of running. We'll be back. Timeout, 14-7 Penn State. You know, with the clouds getting darker, we have mobile lighting, Musco's lighting, and you're going to see a lot of that. That's the future. College football games in the evening when it gets dark, and it's beautiful the way the lighting has worked here. First down, up to John Williams. Williams to the 45, and this hard-nosed player is into the Nebraska end of the field at the 48. Brett Clark made the stop. You wonder how anybody stopped Penn State rushing in the first 3 games, because they are running the ball effectively. Williams now with 46 yards on 6 carries. Somerville, New Jersey.
It's like a happy young man.
Last week, he became the 17th Lion to rush for over 1,000 yards in his career. From the 49, first down for the Nittany Lions. Jackson, Garrity split out. 11 minutes to go, third quarter. Blackledge off to Coles. Coles to the 40, and very close to the first down at the 39. Brett Clark making the stop. There's nothing fancy about what they're doing right now. They're pitching, the linemen are blocking, and they're gobbling up some ground.
Well, here's a look at Kenny Jackson, their fine flanker blocking. Now, receivers have to do more to be able to catch the ball. He gets right down on Lyday's feet there and makes a key block. The Penn State defenders, Penn State offensive receivers, I should say, Gary, block better than anybody I've ever seen. They're real team-oriented type of players. They're not afraid to go over the middle and catch the ball, make a big block. And those blocks by the outside people can turn 5- and 10-yard gains into touchdowns.
Tell you, Kenny Jackson was a quarterback in high school. I didn't know quarterbacks could learn to block like that, but you kept pointing that out all week on film. These guys know how to block. They don't just go out there and go through the motions. First down at the 39. The measurement had to be taken. Blackledge back to throw. McCluskey, the big tight end, big move, 25. McCluskey to the 20. And Lyday is shaken up again. Looks like he may have a cramp. McCluskey made a big play out of that. It didn't look like it would go that far. It went 18 yards. He has 3 catches, 53. Lyday, we've had a lot of muscle cramp problems in this game.
Mike McCluskey, their tight end. You're going to see Blackledge come down. He's going to hit McCluskey. Watch McCluskey after he catches the ball. Gives him a little bit of shake. Pulls up. Lets the defender slip by and goes downfield for another 10, 15 yards.
He shared that tight end spot last year with Vito Cab, who made the Philadelphia roster. He caught 20 passes a year ago, and the way he's going this year, he already has half of that, 10. 3 today, 7 coming into this game. And in this possession, 5 plays by Penn State and 5 first downs. You don't think that is an effective offense? First down now from the 20-yard line. Blackledge moving the team, 5 plays, 5 first downs. Kirk Bowman now in at tight end. Skeeter Nichols. And Skeeter doing a pretty good job of getting anything out of that play. Inside the 20, possibly to the 17-yard line.
It'll be interesting to see what Penn State does in here if they don't get a first down, whether they'll elect to go for a field goal on 4th down. They've had so little success kicking the ball.
One thing you should keep in mind, Pat, is last year in that 30-24 game, Penn State had 5 field goals kicked by Brian Franco. So that phase of the game has deserted him today and may haunt him yet. 5 field goals in that win. Warner in the backfield now has returned. Back to throw. Blackledge on 2nd down and 8 over the middle. And it is caught for the touchdown. Kenny Jackson. Jackson, his first catch of the day, and it goes for 6 points. Second touchdown pass of the day for Todd Blackledge. At the 9:42 mark, Manka, who's been beleaguered today, attempting this point after. He has this one. 21-7. That is very impressive football by the Nittany Lions. Marching, moving that football 83 yards. Seven plays.
Big play football. Here's Kenny Jackson, a very exciting receiver. It's a crossing route. You can't see Garrity. He's going to come underneath here. But Jackson cuts it down right at the goal line. Blackledge drills this ball in front of the defender. And watch Kenny Jackson defend the ball by turning his shoulders in 2 yards deep in the end zone for the touchdown.
Dave Burke, a sophomore from Layton, Utah, almost got a hand on it as you look at Kenny Jackson.
I thought Blackledge was going to throw that ball to Garrity. Garrity was wide open on the other side of the field on the crossing route.
You know, another interesting thing, Blackledge's next touchdown pass will tie the season record of 15. We're only in the 4th game of the year. Irving, Fryar, Rozier back. John Huffnagel and Chuck Fusina were the guys that threw 15 in one season. Fryar will bring it out. Manka hasn't been able to kick the field goals, but he can kick off. So from the 20, Nebraska down by 14. Wokeny, Rozier, the running backs from the 20. Nebraska now has to get things going. Turner Gill gives to Rozier, big hole, 25, 30, and he is close to the first down. The block up front that time by Steinkuhler and Kwapik. 52 yards now for Rozier on 9 carries. That gets it out of some problems, moves it across the 30, and it is a first down.
It's a first glimpse of daylight Mike Rozier's had all afternoon. They had a fine block there by Jeff Kwapik and Dean Steinkuhler.
Boy, the Bear was pushed today, wasn't he? And there's Florida. They've won again. They have gone through a tough schedule. First down across the 30. Rozier again, ad-libbing this time. His ad-lib gets him almost 5 yards. He had nothing doing on that play. Somehow reverted outside. Joe Hines made the tackle, 2nd and 5. Other scores. Notre Dame has won 2 in a row. Jerry Faust has the Fighting Irish rolling, and North Carolina, Dick Crum must have done something to his offense in that game. This is a big win. UCLA, Stanford, John Elway. Arizona State, 2nd quarter. Joe Capps won his first 2 games at California. 2nd down and 5 for the Huskers. Rozier again, nothing this time. A yard at most. 3rd down, 4.
It's interesting that Nebraska really has gone nowhere with this power football. We've talked about that. The great offensive line. Penn State's defense has effectively shut down that power game. What Nebraska has to do here is let Turner Gill use those passing skills that we saw at the end of the first half.
He was throwing the ball effectively. But right now, he's got to throw it again. 3rd and 4. Split out is Fryar. He's back into the ball game. Gill rolling to his side. He's going to run it. He's going to pick up a first down easily. He's to the 50-yard line. That's where they respected the pass. As an end result, Gill rambles for 15 yards. Biondi made the tackle.
Nice discretion here by Turner Gill. He does not force the issue. It's a sprint out. He's putting pressure on the corner right now. He's got Fryar and Ricky Simmons in the pattern, but he takes the ball down, follows his blocks, and makes a nice little gain out of it.
Penn State, their defense being tested. They likewise were not sure how effective their defense would be. They're throwing that line up in the air for each point scored. That's going to be a long day, the way Penn State was moving here in the 3rd quarter. Back to throw. Gill, short. Turner Gill trying to hit Fryar. Fryar looked like he was having some muscle spasms or cramps. He's back in. Nebraska hoping that offense can keep moving. In this quarter now, Turner Gill is 0 for 5. Joe Paterno, interesting what he had to say at halftime. I wonder if we went over and talked to Manka. Or do you not talk to your kicker?
I think you stay away from those guys.
2nd down, 10. Williams, Crink, 2 tight ends in. Turner Gill on the option. Keeps it, 40, 35, cuts to the 30, and that's the athletic ability of Turner Gill. That play looked very, very common, didn't look like much was going, and the quick feet, the ability to run, really came through.
Turner Gill's going to run this option. He's going to look Walker Lee Ashley right in the eye, and he wins that duel, runs right by him. Ashley was concerned about the pitch. Gill did the right thing, kept the ball downfield for a first down.
Ashley's probably talking to himself after that.
You see Ashley again. Now he's got to worry about the pitch man. And Gill just has too much quickness and speed. He goes right by Ashley.
Both these teams hoping to establish.
Procedure on the offense. The line was not set.
Hoping to establish that they are legitimate contenders for the national title. Nebraska last winning that title in '71. Joe Paterno's had 2 unbeaten years, but they did not get the national championship. It's been a very clean game. We've had only 5 penalties. Back to throw, Turner Gill. And he hits Fryar. He stayed in bounds inside the 25, and that gets some of the yardage back. They're still going to be 7 yards short of the first down. There's the time left at Beaver Stadium. Beaver Stadium, named after General James Adam Beaver, former university president, also the governor of Pennsylvania. Second down, 7 yards to go. And there is a beautiful view of the Nittany Valley and the home of the Nittany Lions. Gill inside, handoff to Rozier, and Rozier to the 21-yard line. That play almost didn't get underway. Gill had somebody behind him putting some pressure on. That somebody was Paffenroth, a linebacker out of Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, who was a defensive tackle a year ago. So it's 3rd down 3.
This is a big down here. Nebraska needs a touchdown, not a field goal. So this 3rd and 3 is a critical situation for them.
Well, they'd be in 4-down territory if that's the case. Here we go. The crowd sensing this moment. Gill to Rozier. Rozier's got it. That's power football to the 15-yard line. Rozier, who weighs in at about 210. He's 5'11". Transfer out of Coffeyville Junior College in Kansas. First game he had 127 yards, and last week 149 against New Mexico State. He has 41 this quarter, 67 for the game. First down, just short of the 15-yard line. Nebraska battling back after Penn State took a 21-7 lead. Welkening along with Rozier in the backfield. Rozier waiting for the block and didn't develop. Good reaction in particular by Al Harris out of Wyoming, Pennsylvania. Harris is one of those Villanova transfers. We had one last week that played for Boston College, and Harris, after Villanova dropped their football, coming over, and he's been a welcome addition. 2nd down and 9. This drive, remember, starting at the 20, 11th play coming up. Ricky Simmons split to the bottom. 5:42 to go, 3rd quarter. Turner Gill rolling. He throws to Wilkening. Wilkening to the 5. He looks like he may have a 1st and goal. He's awfully close. He might be a yard short. Let's see.
Turner Gill shows nice patience here. He's out here in the corner again. He's looking downfield. Nothing's developing down there, so he just takes his time, dumps the ball there to Doug Wilkening, who makes a nice catch just short of the 1st down.
He is short by, what, a half yard? Anyway, another big play. 3rd down coming up.
Here's where you like to have a guy like Dave Remington playing center for you.
Remington, and not to mention Mandelko, a second-team All-Big 8 selection, lined up alongside him. Let's see if they go behind he and Tice. Welkening in the backfield. Rozier, 3rd and 1. Rozier, and he got it. 1st and goal. I don't know if you could stop Nebraska in that situation. There's a lot of beef up front. They control the line of scrimmage. Ashley made the stop, but it's going to be 1st and goal at the 5-yard line, I believe. They're looking, but it's quite apparent they've got it. 1st and goal, just short of the 5. Turner Gill off to Wilkening. He'll drive it to the 3. 2nd and goal there. Wilkening, he is out of Littleton, Colorado. A very strong man at 218 pounds, a junior. He's a good blocker, and he led the state of Colorado in rushing and scoring when he was a senior in high school.
When Nebraska's gotten down here in scoring territory, the last 2 plays, who have they gone over? Dave Remington and Mike Mandelko.
This is the 14th play of this drive. I think Osborne is enjoying this. 2nd and goal from the 4. Fryar in the wing position. He'll go in motion. Turner Gill on the option, cuts it up, and he's going to make it to the 2, maybe inside the 2. They had Fryar out there. Also, the other back they could have optioned to was Wilkening. Mark Robinson, who fills so well from that safety spot. That's Robinson, number 32, Silver Springs, Maryland. He's the best in the country, according to Joe Paterno. Says we've never had a better one at that position. Second half statistics. Nebraska has the edge. Nebraska's got to get on the scoreboard. That's the big statistic. Third and goal at the 2. Turner Gill throwing, touchdown, Rozier. So again, Nebraska battles back. Turner Gill got hit that time as he released the football, but he still got the ball there. That was quite a drive. Both these teams have put impressive offensive efforts together, as you see some of the red from Nebraska. You go to Lincoln, which we will later this year, for the Oklahoma game, and Pat, if you don't wear red, you feel like you're out of place. Seibel to attempt the point after. Gill holding the kick, and it's now 21-14. Penn State with now a 7-point lead after that 80-yard drive.
Turner Gill does not see Walker Lee Ashley breathing down his throat. Just dumps the ball off there. You see Rozier wide open. They had a blitz on at one-on-one coverage. Rozier beats Radishek.
And as an end result, 7 points separating these two excellent football teams. Still 3:28 to go in the third.
Watch Irving Fryar, number 27 there, make a block. Now that man is supposed to be covering Mike Rozier, who you're going to see out here in the flat, who's going to catch the touchdown pass. Irving Fryar made the play, blocked that man, and Mike Rozier came wide open for the score.
Excellent camera work. Our director, Bob Fishman, our producer, Rick Lasavita, on top of the scene as right now Seibel kicking off. 21-14, Penn State with the lead. That's Bauer. Kevin Bauer to the 15, breaks out of there to the 23. That looked like it might materialize into something very big. So Penn State was off the field offensively for 6 minutes and 14 seconds. You wonder, after that long 80-yard drive, what that does to you. But Blackledge, each time out, seemingly has been able to do what he's wanted to do. That last drive, they marched down in a hurry.
The Nebraska defense, real Gary, has not answered the call all day long. This is critical for them right now to slow Penn State down, give their offense the ball back.
Merrill in at that nose tackle. Stuckey alongside him. Toby Williams up front. To Joel Cole. And Cole out to the 28-yard line. That's what they used effectively in that other drive. Just the quick pitch, try to get outside. It's been effective. Dan Kroger over to make the stop. He had a brother Maury who played fullback for Nebraska in the 70s. Jackson to the bottom of the screen. Garrity split to the top. Second down, 10. Pressure put on, and John Williams had it. They're going to rule it a completion, I believe, and Nebraska's return has come up with a football. I don't know if he had this one. Joe Paterno is on the field on the far side. Let's look at it again. Williams is claiming he never had possession.
Gary, that might have been a backward pass, otherwise known as a lateral, which would have made that ball live.
Dave Ritter was over there. He put the hit on him. Let's see.
Now you're going to see Todd Blackledge. It's tough to tell from this angle here, but if that ball is thrown behind him, it's a live ball. It's called a backward pass, otherwise known as a lateral, and that's why the ball is still live.
That replay indicated he had it for a stride. Anyway, Nebraska, big turnover at the 50-yard line. Given a new man in the ball game, Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith, who's been a sensation in the early going, a sophomore from Wichita. First time he touched the ball, he went 80 yards for a touchdown this year. Let's look again. I want to be convinced on this. You take over, Mr. Hayden, and explain this one to me on the last pass to John Williams. Well, we're going to have it here in a moment. From the 50-yard line, second down 10. We'll get to it in a moment. Randy Tice has come out of the ball game. John Sherlock has replaced him at offensive tackle. And that is going to be the end of the third quarter. The score here at Beaver Stadium. Penn State 21, Nebraska 14. We'll be back with fourth quarter action after this message and a word from your local station. The scene is Beaver Stadium. 15 minutes to play in this game. 21-14, Penn State with the lead. Second down, 10 for Nebraska from the 50. Turner Gill intercepted. A beautiful play. Al Harris. Al Harris, the defensive end, reached up, pulled it down.
the first interception, the third turnover against Nebraska. Now, we wanted to show you this play a while ago. Oh, wait a minute. Let's look at the interception first.
You see great athletic ability there by Al Harris. He's just trying to tip that ball. Somehow the ball gets stuck in his hands for the interception, Gary.
Now, the controversy we had, we're going to go back and show you that play. It doesn't really, I guess it's academic now. Penn State got the ball back. But look at this and take over, Pat.
Look at Todd Blackledge's feet now. Use the 5-yard marker as your frame of reference. He throws the ball there on the 5-yard line stripe to John Williams, who catches the ball in front of that stripe. Now that shows you that it is not a lateral, and he does not have possession. That should not have been a fumble.
But anyway, they get it back. Skeeter Nichols has a fumble, and Nebraska, I think, has it. They do at the 45-yard line. 3 turnovers in 4 plays.
The playing giveaway.
But the reason we want to bring up the John Williams thing, it again shows you the real benefit of the replay and how you can point out different things. Now Joe Paterno trying to encourage his troops after another turnover. So Nebraska has it back, down by 7. Just short of their own 45-yard line. We've just started the 4th quarter. Turner Gill to Rozier, and Rozier, he may have gotten to the line of scrimmage. The turnovers in this game. It's amazing how this game has pivoted around from time to time. But you got to give Nebraska a lot of credit. They have battled back, down 14 points on 2 different occasions. It's on the 44-yard line, 2nd down, 11. There's been a lot of offense in this game. Out to the far side is Simmons. He is split out along with Fryar. Rolling out is Turner Gill. It's broken up, and it's caught. It's caught on the deflection by Fryar, and that'll be a 1st down. Fryar again having trouble with the legs. Must be the cramps that have been plaguing him all afternoon long. Grabbing the toe is an indication. Let's look at this one.
A good luck never hurts anybody. You see Scott Radisek get a hand on the ball, alert play, but Irving Fryar's there to make the catch.
We've had something develop on this last play as Fryar's coming out. The lights have gone out on this near side of the field. And they will continue play. The ball at the 38-yard line. It's getting dark here because it's overcast. Some rain has been forecast. 1st down from the 38-yard line, up the middle. This is Wilkening to the 30, to the 25. He fumbled the ball. It's loose. And Nebraska has it. Much to the dismay of the Nittany Lions. There's Joe Paterno. He wants to sort out what's happening. The ball is just elusive right now. Both teams having a tough time hanging on.
You're going to see Doug Wilkening right over Dave Remington. He breaks into the clear. Now, you're going to see his fumble coming up. Now, you must remember, you have to have possession of the football to gain control. Here you see a lot of Penn State players diving after the ball. Nobody had a control before the ball went out of bounds.
Very good call. It's a split coup. Remember that. The Independents along with the Big 8. 15-yard gain on the play with the fumble included. Pass intended for Brown. That'll stop the clock with 13:44. A lot of things happening here in bunches. That stops it. Brings up 2nd down, 10. Look at the yardage in this ball game in the 3rd quarter. And total yardage, 735 yards of total offense.
That's incredible considering you've seen at least one very good defense in Penn State. Nebraska, although their defense has not been tested up to now, they were pretty good coming in.
Our statistician Mike Swanson's been a busy man here today. 2nd down, 10. Inside the 25, up the middle. Doug Wilkening, who's playing now and playing very effectively. Short of the 20-yard line. It's going to come to a 3rd down. Still 7 yards to go. Lots of time left in this 4th quarter. Nebraska, you might recall, tried one field goal. They didn't even get it underway. Would they try it again? Brown split out. Fryar split out. Wilkening, Rozier, the running backs behind Turner Gill. Turner Gill rolling out. Broken up. And it's 4th down. It looks like Mitch Klink was the intended receiver. But number 70, Gattuso, had a hand up on the ball and batted it down. A man shaken up is Ken Kelly now for Penn State. It's field goal time for Nebraska. And this is not anything but an anxious moment for the Cornhuskers. The last time they didn't even get the kick off. Seibel had not attempted any prior to this game. And this time he's going to try one. They're going to mark it at the 27. It'll be a 37-yard attempt. There's Seibel. Seibel's kick, and it is up. It's good. And Seibel kicking his first field goal of this season, and it's 21-17.
A good hold there by Turner Gill, because that snap again was low on the ground. Turner Gill had the hands and the poise to pick it up, plays it on the tee for Seibel to kick the field goal.
You saw the Nebraska section, the red, the Nebraska Cornhusker, their team trailing 21-17. Nebraska now down 21-17. Seibel kicking off. Bow goes back for Penn State. He's going to bring it out. Out to the 15. Bow out to the 20, and he got about a yard extra. Wait, the ball is loose again, but it's been blown dead. He got a yard for his efforts. Out to the 21-yard line. So the line of scrimmage just inside the 22. Clock now put back into motion. Just outside 7 minutes left in the game. 21-17 Penn State. Jackson, Garrity split out. Blackledge on first down, wanting to throw over the middle. Garrity intercepted. Picking it off was Neil Harris, and Pat, I don't think he saw the football. He turned around and it was buried in his midsection because Garrity did not indicate the ball was on its way. That was some play. A sophomore from Kansas City, Missouri, Neil Harris.
You're absolutely right. Neil Harris did not see the ball. You see Garrity pushing down the field. Now he's got to beat it. The ball's thrown over Harris's head. The ball is underthrown. Harris turns around and makes the interception.
So Harris stops what could have been a very damaging touchdown. We'll be back in just a moment. 6:52 to go in this game. Nebraska stopped that drive that took 6 minutes and 10 seconds in the end zone with an interception. They're now at the 20-yard line. They've got to get the touchdown to win it. Turner Gill to Wilkening, and that's a yard. That's all. Like a brick wall. Penn State's Radisick was the man who led the charge. Let's look back at that interception by Neil Harris.
Big play here. Nebraska defensive backs have been under duress all afternoon. Blackledge has been picking them apart. He underthrows this ball a little bit. Neil Harris has pretty good coverage, turns around for the interception, and they go the other way.
829 yards in total offense in this game. 21-17. Second down, 9. Turner Gill on the option, tripped up. Good play that time. Coming over quickly again was Radisick. Radisick's playing a whale of a football game, and that's what they needed from this man from Pittsburgh. Third down still. 5 yards to go. Joe Paterno knew he was going to be in a battle, and that's exactly what it's ended up being. 5:58 left to go. Third down, 5. Turner Gill wanting to throw, open, Todd Brown, he's got it, that's a first down. And Nebraska still very much alive to the 37. Radisick over there again, 13-yard pickup. So Turner Gill on 3rd and 5 comes through.
You can see both receivers, they're both running out patterns. Dan Biondi gives Fryar a little bit too much room. Todd Brown, excuse me, a little bit too much room. He makes the catch for the first down. Almost turns into a big play had not been for Radisick, number 97, coming in and stopping him from behind.
Brown, 3 catches, 60 yards. 2 tight ends. Williams, Crink into the ball game now for the Huskers. 1 first down and 10 up the middle. Inside goes Rozier across the 40 to the 42 with 5 minutes and 14 seconds left to go in the game. They have time on this drive, but it may be their last opportunity.
I really get the feeling that Nebraska is playing with so much more confidence now than they did in that first half. They just feel that they can do it. They've had a hot hand this second half here. Turner Gill's done a nice job. They have their power football rushing game going better than it did early on.
Rozier, 74 yards on the day. Second down, 5. They're picking up some good yardage on that first down, which gives them more options. Turner Gill rolling out. Up the middle, complete to Williams, the tight end. First down at the 40. Turner Gill hitting the tight end, who has been quiet today. Hasn't had that opportunity very often. An 18-yard pickup. Mark Robinson on the tackle.
Jamie Williams is 6'5". You're going to see Turner Gill hit his big target. He looks outside first, comes down to Jamie Williams, who hit an open seam. The Penn State defense was more concerned with Todd Brown that time. So what Turner Gill do? He went to the tight end, number 80, Jamie Williams.
And that is his first catch of the day, Pat. 4:26 to go. First down, short of the 40-yard line. Turner Gill on first down, wanting to throw. Crink, the other tight end. And he drags the tackler inside the 30. That's Harry Hamilton. And that'll be another first down, I believe. There's the time. They stop the clock to move the chains. Turner Gill, who threw the ball very effectively, you might recall, at the end of the first half. Now doing it in the fourth quarter. Simmons, along with Shane Swanson, alongside Tom Osborne. They'll send the plays in through the wingback spot. First down, just inside the 30-yard line. 4 minutes, the clock moving at this particular time. Turner Gill to Wilkening. Wilkening for 2. Second down and 8. We have a man shaken up for Penn State. Harris. Al Harris grabbing his leg, and he's getting up. He's limping, but looks like he'll be all right. Simmons now comes in with the play information. Todd Brown checks out. 3:36 left in the game. You figured it would go down to the very end. Second down, 9. Turner Gill, and Gill almost picked up and then caught. No, incomplete. Almost picked up by Biondi. Number 39 almost went the other way with it. And now Gattuso's been shaken out. Here's the situation. Beaver Stadium. 3 minutes, 17 seconds to go in the game. Penn State is leading Nebraska 21-17, and it's a third down and 9 coming up now for Nebraska. Yes, we had the number 1 ranked team, Pittsburgh, on TV to start it. Now we have the second ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers with a third down and 9 inside the 30-yard line, trailing 21-17. Turner Gill back over the middle, caught. Oh, what a hit at the 15-yard line put on Fryar. That was Robinson that hit Fryar, but that's another first down. I don't know how Fryar held on to it.
A remarkable play by Mark Robinson. You're going to see Fryar. It's the same pass they scored on earlier where he ran over Robinson. Robinson's paying him back here. Fryar just delays underneath. Robinson's there to greet him, but Fryar hangs on in a critical situation.
Boy, you talk about MVPs. Fryar might be one of them. He is shaken up coming off the field. Williams, Crink, 2 tight ends. First down just short of the 15-yard line. Turner Gill on the option. He pitches at the last moment to Rozier. Rozier inside the 5. It's going to be first and goal, and what an athletic move that time by Turner Gill. It looked like he had no chance to get rid of the football.
Nebraska can hurt you so many ways. Power football, passing the football. Here you're going to see an option. Turner Gill down the line. Hamilton commits. He throws the ball, pitches the ball to Rozier. Rozier gives a little shiver there to Mark Robinson, paying him back for what he did to Fryar, and makes a big play.
A big play, I guess. Intensity of college football, the pressure of college football. It's first and goal now at the 3. Nebraska trying to take the lead. 2:36 left in the game. Rozier, he's going to be short. It'll be second and goal there. A mass of humanity on that play. Second down coming up.
What an incredible game. I am so impressed with Turner Gill as a thrower and what Nebraska can do to you. And also impressed with Penn State's defense. They've answered every call. They've been on the field a little too much here in the fourth quarter, though, Gary.
That's the reason the tradition is so strong. These guys, you don't have to tell them how important this game is. Both teams coming in here, trying to take the inside track on the national championship in the early part of the season. This is the 12th play. Second and goal. Ricky Simmons split out. Give up the middle to Wilkening. He is just short. He is just short. It's third and goal. Third down goal. Now remember, a field goal is of no value. They've got to go for all of it. Time running. 1:44 left in this struggle. What a battle it's been here in the Nittany Valley Lion area. The clock still running with 1:36. Nebraska has all 3 timeouts left. There's the distance they've got to go to win it. And there's the clock. Third and goal. Turner Gill sneaking, and no determination. Touchdown. You can see why the offense hinges on him. That was an 80-yard drive, 13 plays, 5:34. An important point after, because the field goal could win it if they'd missed this one. But he got it. 24-21, a minute 18. And this crowd is stunned.
Penn State 21.
They have been stunned by one of the remarkable drives of this early season.
Half yard to go. All you need is just a little bit of a surge, and Turner Gill got it. Watch his offensive line come off the ball, led by Dave Remington. He gets just a little bit of a surge. Turner Gill's up and over the top. The ball just has to break the plane of the goal line.
Boy, great camera angle, but you saw Remington. That was a big block. He just gave him enough, didn't he? 24-21. Nebraska has the lead for the first time in this game. 1 minute, 18 seconds left to play. And there is the story. The time left. A big play offense Penn State has. They still got a last gasp effort. Seibel kicking off. Bow is back deep along with Munford, and Bow is not going to bring it out. The touchback to the 20-yard line. Now, Blackledge has been able to strike, cover ground in a hurry. He's really got to do that now.
We're going to see Turner Gill here. Here's where you're happy to have a Dave Remington in front of you. Turner Gill just hops over the top. All he needed was a half yard. Got the ball. You see him reach the ball out. Stretch the ball out across the plane of the goal line.
We had a flag on that last play. Tom Osborne wants to know. It's going to be a personal foul against Nebraska. Boy, that makes a difference. 15 yards to the 35, and does that change things? Dead ball, personal foul.
Personal foul on the defense. Push down.
Washington struggling with the Ducks of Oregon. Michigan State still hanging on to that lead over the Hurricane. Arizona State shutting out California. Arizona State's defense is brilliant. Boston College. We saw them last week. Would you say they're for real?
I would say so. Doug Flutie at quarterback.
Williams, Skeeter, Nichols are running backs. Warner not in there. Back to throw. Blackledge. Complete. Nichols 40, 45. First down to the midfield stripe. Mike Knox made the stop at 15-yard pickup. And with a minute 8 now left.
Watch co-captain number 56, Pete Sparrows, the offensive guard. He's going to make a key block here for Skeeter Nichols. You're going to see him come out and make a block right there, number 86. You see Skeeter just following his blocks.
Back to the live action. First down for the midfield stripe. Blackledge again. Bow. He dropped it. Bow tried to make a move before he caught it. Dave Burke, who's played very well in the second half defending on the play. That stops the clock with 57 seconds. In this game, Blackledge is 19 of 33, 251 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. However, in the second half, hasn't thrown for as much yardage. He's 8 of 10 for 76 yards. Mike Swanson, what a statistician he is, and they've had some offense at one time, just moments ago, 911 yards of it. There's the time left. Second down, 10. Blackledge with protection. And cut. Coming up with a catch is Kenny Washington. Kenny Jackson coming up with a catch. We had to wait. He disappeared from view. 16-yard completion. His 4th catch for 62 yards. First down at the 33, and they are coming right back, Pat. What a game we've had.
What an offensive show by this Penn State team.
You see the look of dismay, the concern of that Nebraska bench. Merrill now comes out of the game. First down, 33-yard line. 52 seconds left in this game. Nebraska leading by 3. Blackledge, a little delay to Williams. That did not fool Nebraska at all. They may have lost a half yard. That takes some valuable time. We have a timeout now called by Penn State. They now have 1 timeout left. Joe Paterno has some decisions to make. 47 seconds left in this game. Blackledge will head to the sideline.
What do you think is going through Minka's mind right now, Gary? He's missed 3 field goals. It may come down to the final play where he's going to kick the ball.
Well, he's missed 3. You know, another question you have is, do you even go for the tie? Do you go for all of it?
That's true.
Both teams now have identical total yardage in this game, 471 yards. Second down, 11. Boy, the crowd is quiet. Blackledge going for all of it. Harris is down there along with Garrity. They're out of the end zone. Harris, who intercepted earlier, defended well on that play. Third down, 11.
There's our answer, whether they're going to play it conservatively. We're going to see Todd Blackledge again here. He's going to go for it all to Garrity down the sideline. He lays it up. He's got good coverage here by Neil Harris. Ball is just overthrown out of the end zone. Good defense by number 11, Neil Harris.
And so Joe Paterno has third and 11. 2 plays possibly which to pull this out as you look at Dave Remington trying to encourage his defensive teammates. Blackledge, protection breaking down. He gets it off incomplete. That was Merrill who came through along with Toby Williams. Jeff Merrill put the pressure on Blackledge. It's fourth down, 11. 35 seconds. You see Todd looking to the scoreboard.
Joe Paterno's going to go for it here.
I don't think he has a choice. They're too far out for a field goal. Be about a 52-yard attempt. Plus, Manka's missed all 3. And the wind that we mentioned earlier. That's just absolutely, what are the statistical possibilities of that happening?
Unbelievable. Penn State's receivers have to be assured that they get 11 yards when they run the routes here. It's fourth down.
Okay, this may be the game right here. Blackledge, he's got the first down catch. Kenny Jackson. Jackson has it at the 22, and they're still alive. Now remember, they have 1 timeout left. They're going to have to hurry up and try to kill the clock to put it in play as soon as they get the chains moved.
Great field presence by Kenny Jackson. You can see at the top of your screen where he needs to go for the first down. He gets it by a yard, makes the catch, and secures the ball.
Now they're going to have to measure, I guess. It looked like he had the first down. What it does is stop the clock. Now they have to really be aware of getting this next play off. They have only 1 timeout left. First down. They're ready to go. They have the team up there ready to snap the ball. Tom Osborne, he must be churning inside. They will not start it until they put this in motion. Now they put the time in motion. You see it. Blackledge back. First down pass. Going to run. He's going to have to get out of bounds, and he does. He stops the clock with 13 seconds. Still conserving the 1 timeout. He had a long time back there, but nobody was open.
Nice coverage there by the Nebraska secondary. Again, they've been maligned all afternoon. They did a job when they had to.
13 seconds left. Penn State trailing by 3. I don't know. Now what would you do? You do have the range of a field goal if you don't get it on this play. You have the 1 timeout left to kill the clock.
Although the ball's in the left hash, it's a severe angle for a soccer-style kicker.
Jackson, Garrity split to the bottom of the screen. Williams, Nichols are running backs. Second down and 5. McCloskey. McCloskey's got it at the 2-yard line. First and goal at the 2.
Unbelievable.
That's his 4th catch, 68 yards. Blackledge had ice water in his veins. He just stood back there calmly, collectively through the strike. They have 1 timeout left. They've got to be aware of 9 seconds if they don't get in here. Power backfield. 3 backs in. Williams now jumps in. They pitched to Mumford on 2 previous plays. Let's see if they do this time. Nope, they're going to play action fake. Blackledge over the middle. Did he get it? Touchdown! Curt Bowman. Bedlam has broken out. They have to get the fans restrained. They came on to the end zone area. Curt Bowman, his second touchdown catch of the day.
The exact same play, power backfield, a fake to Mumford. Bowman, number 80, you see, he's open earlier. The ball is thrown a little bit low. The former tackle goes down low to catch it.
I tell you, that couldn't have been any closer. Look at Paterno. Bowman, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns for 16 yards. They should have moved him to tight end a long time ago. Manka now, the point after. There's John Williams. 4 seconds left. What a finish to an outstanding football game. They still have the fans on the infield area over there, but they're off the playing field right now. Here's Manka, who did not have to kick another field goal. He has to be relieved. No, this one's no good. I don't believe it. He missed 3 field goals. Now he missed the point after. Well, with 4 seconds, that's probably academic. Blackledge in this game, 3 touchdown passes, 295 yards. He has now set a Penn State record for touchdowns thrown in a season, 15.
If it works, you go back to it. Again, you're going to see them trying to create some confusion. They fake the run. Blackledge has some nice protection. He drops back, throws the ball to Curt Bowman, who had slipped behind the defenders for the touchdown.
He just took that off the very top of the grass, didn't he?
One more look. Again, you remember earlier, they've run this a number of times down by the goal line. A very, very nice catch.
What I thought was interesting about that, Pat, is that previous plays, they'd always pitched to Mumford. They faked it that time, and that might have been the difference. Joe Paterno, and look at Dave Ritter. You have to see the other side. Nebraska playing here before this record crowd had played them down to the fact that they had a 3-point lead with 1:18 to go, only to see an 80-yard drive with Blackledge throwing his 15th touchdown pass of the year, which ties the record by John Huffnagel and also Chuck Fusina. Right now, a 5-yard penalty has been assessed against Penn State for delay of game for the fans coming on the field. You know, it's an old cliche, Pat, but it really is a shame somebody has to lose a game like this, isn't it?
Nebraska has played so doggone well. They've come from behind. They've showed all kinds of characters, but any afternoon like this, you're going to have some winners and some losers. You're looking at young men who are learning some valuable lessons in life, Gary, and they're being taught them very quickly on the field today.
Manka, who missed the point after, kicks it down to Rozier. Rozier, last play of the game. He'd have to break it all the way in order to pull it out. He's trying his darndest to do it, but it won't happen. They're tearing the goalpost down. The NCAA on CBS. What football we've had this Saturday afternoon. Penn State 27-24.